Hi everyone, welcome to Blu-ray episode number 23, covering the films that I picked up from September through December last year, so 2023. A few days after New Year, of course, now as of filming this. So yes, just showing the films that I got recently over these months. It was in fact all of them, around the Christmas week, because I didn't actually buy any Blu-rays or DVDs, before that. So that's it, just showing basically my Christmas pickups, and let's get in to the video. First up, we have something that's a long time coming, wanting to actually own this series. I've been talking about the last few years about these films, of course, but me loving these films, but of course the series I'd never actually seen. I've just seen clips here and there. So yes, Monty Python's Flying Circus. Now this is season 1, series 1 of course. So yes, there are 4 obviously series, and 13 episodes for the first 3, and then there's 6 episodes for the last one. But trying to get all of these ones here, these editions, really amazing as well. It comes with a booklet, and already I've seen 3 episodes as of recording this, and just hilarious stuff, really is. And I hear series 2 is meant to be a lot of people consider the best one. Even if it's as good as series 1 so far, I'll be very pleased. Can't wait to see the rest of them, of course, and seeing the Monty Python team before the actual films as well. That I kind of know and love. It's great to do, and yeah, just really lovely set. Hopefully, I can get the rest of them fairly soon, and we'll be reviewing them as I go through them. Very quick reviews. Just sharing my thoughts. Don't usually review TV series, as much as I do films and stuff. But yes, I look forward to that. So yes, Monty Python's Flying Circus, and then we have Troy DVD. Now the reason I got this on DVD is because on Blu-ray and stuff, it's the director's cut only. That is, that's kind of on there. So, and I don't want the director's cut. I want the original theatrical one that I saw as a kid, with I believe the music even is altered in the director's cut, and I don't care the reasons for that. I just want to see at least for first time after many years to actually see the one that I saw as a kid. So yeah, Troy DVD. As a kid, I watched this quite a few times. This came out when I was still in primary and stuff. So yeah, this is back in the day where I watched especially more films quite repeatedly, certain films, because I had as well even more time than I did in secondary. But yeah, just I saw this quite a bit, and it came out, I was thinking another kind of epic with swords and sandals kind of thing, and yeah, just Brad Pitt being in this, as the star, as Achilles, it was definitely one that I was very hyped for, and I remember watching this quite a bit, and all the way through, and also just watching different fight scenes and stuff quite often. So yeah, I look forward to revisiting this. I know that I like the film. Just see how much I like it, and not the most popular film, really. This is very divisive, but yeah, no, I did have a great time watching this as a kid, and I'm sure I'll be taken back to my childhood as well, rewatching that. So next up we have some recent releases, just a few films here, 2 films that I wanted to pick up from 2023, that came out then, and I guess the 2 that part of my collection, of course. I've been collecting for this franchise, and this filmmaker, of course, for since I started the collection. So I wanted to not only collect these, but also see these films, obviously, as well. I was quite interested in seeing them. I had to, at some point, see these films. So yes, we'll start off, and they're both 4K as well, these ones. Start off with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. So yes, the 7th entry in the franchise. Great slip that it comes with, luckily, and the next one, the film I'm going to show, did not originally arrive with a slip, so I had to sending that one back, and I got it elsewhere, and with a slip cover, wanted that because it just came out as well, and there's no reason why I should have got that. But yes, a few years ago, many years ago now, in fact, 5 and a few years ago, on the channel I reviewed the Mission Impossible films, and yeah, I've done a ranking as well. So of the 6 films there, you know, I said in that ranking that I love them all apart from, you know, 3, and you know, 2. You know, some people are not big on. I personally love that one. But you know, recently, you know, 4, 5, and 6 have been, you know, just coming out. You know, just blowing me away. Obviously 4, you know, I guess not, you know, as recent, you know, as the others. But yeah, just I saw Fallout at the cinema as well as Rogue Nation. Fallout, seeing that at the cinema was such a great experience. Saw it again, obviously, since then. Physical media, and you know, wow, you know, just the bar was set very, very high. So, but you know, recently, just for me, you know, last couple of years, everything really has been disappointing me in my favourite franchises and all this kind of stuff. Film-wise, not necessarily, you know, gaming and stuff necessarily, but even then, you know, there's a lot of things going on, just things not living up to previous entries, you know, at all. So I lowered my expectations a bit, but even then, you know, just personally, with all respect, as a Mission Impossible fan, I was very disappointed in this film. I think it's a good film, but you know, again, me calling other ones masterpieces, you know, the recent entries, you know, it's just a shame that this is not even anywhere close to those films. You know, I generally I found it quite drawn out. You know, it just wasn't. Yeah, the real thing for me is just the plot. So uninteresting to me. You know, this whole AI thing, which I'm not going to get into because I don't want to spoil the film for anyone watching it. It was a big no, and I guess the next one will be mostly about that as well, for continuing that. So it's a shame for me. Just you know, it wasn't really something that interested me. The way it was done. Obviously, it can be a very interesting thing. You know, to be explored. But yeah, just in general as well, the action, everything about this did not compare, and it's just, yeah, it's just a real shame. I liked it, you know, I did, you know, there were segments, you know, in this, the sequences that I did, you know, I liked quite a bit, and, you know, Simon Pegg, and some of the comedy, you know, is definitely there, and seeing Tom Cruise, of course, but, you know, him running once again, but yeah, just personally for me, with all respect, a very disappointing film, not one of my favourites in the franchise, but I enjoyed it, and you know, it's in the collection, so yeah, there we go for Mission Impossibles. And so the next film to show from 2023, as I say, another 4K here, is, you know, this is a film that I was very much, I was hearing a lot about, and it was, again, one of the few films that I was very, very interested in seeing, no matter what, you know, for 2023, and yes, the film is Oppenheimer from Christopher Nolan. Now, you know, I was always going to collect this film. Was very interested to see this film, and you know, just from Christopher Nolan. Obviously, I follow this this filmmaker, and you know, he's a great filmmaker for me. One of the best, of course. You know, not necessarily. You know, his last couple of films, you know, I've been big on. You know, Tenet, I was lost with that. Dunkirk was admirable, but you know, I did like the film. It just wasn't one of my favourites from Nolan. Just the way it was presented, and you know, just the storytelling was a bit, you know, I couldn't quite again follow, get invested in the way it was done, as much as, you know, his previous ones. Interstellar was the last one that I was just absolutely blown away by, and of course this I was hearing a lot about, and yeah, a very interesting film. You know, me, you know, some people call me, you know, kind of a city boy who likes his, you know, just showing Troy, you know, kind of cheesy, you know, big epics and all this kind of stuff, Hollywood stuff. But I'm definitely open to, you know, seeing all kinds of films. Especially, I do appreciate, you know, now, you know, in the last few years as well, you know, is the lack of, you know, kind of films just about complex individuals, you know, complex kind of a bit more, you know, bold character studies. And obviously, this film was going to be that, you know, in some way. You know, I was very interested to see how this was pulled off, how it was done, a particular time period. Obviously, an event or many events, of course, and you know, an individual in particular. This obviously portraying and the creation of something that did obviously change the world. Something that just you know. You know, since I was a kid, and I first saw footage and, you know, learned about, you know, this, you know, it's always deeply disturbed me. So I was kind of nervous, you know, even though you know, I knew, you know, the kind of thing, this wouldn't be a certain thing. You know, I was kind of nervous, and just to see, this, because it does disturb me, and because simply it was a very it's just such a disturbing and horrible event, or set of events, and it did it's something that I'm deeply disturbed by and disgusted by whenever I think about it. So I was kind of nervous, what would they show and stuff, and I think this is a very good film, better than Mission Impossible 7 for me. This is one of the best films I've seen so far of 2023. Very good stuff. I think the way it was portrayed, it was definitely it was. Performances. Some of them were great. And definitely a lot of humanity, especially later on in the film that was shown. In that middle portion, especially. But it just simply shows it from a certain perspective as well. And I guess films can't show always. They don't need to show every single perspective within a certain event or time period. So it was just that it was a showing particularly this individual and those around him. It was obviously a 3-hour film. I think it dragged. The worst part was the final act, the last 40 minutes of the film. It just, for whatever reason, I don't always have a thing against this, but it did repeat itself, in a certain way. And I wasn't completely enamoured by that when it started, 2:15 roughly, 2:10 a mark of the film, and it started to go into this kind of sequence, and it kind of just repeated itself, I found, and it just was a bit drawn out. The first act was a bit rushed, just if I was being honest, and the last act, was quite a bit drawn out, and there's just some things I thought potentially would have been shown, and kind of tapped on into and stuff, and weren't, but it's obviously Nolan's vision, and it's a certain way he was selling this, and I fully respect that, and you're not going to get necessarily every single thing you want, perspective wise, showing different things in a single film, even if it's 3 hours. It's just it was interesting to see. Obviously, very very disturbing subject matter, and all this, and some people will call me kind of a little child, a silly boy watching all his his kind of happy films and all this stuff, and I love happy endings and all this, and films that are just kind of purely entertainment, really, and I always review a lot of just kind of jolly blockbusters on the channel, and but always say in recent years especially, very much appreciative of films that are a bit more bold and kind of more complex character studies, and I'm always open to see that, and just see what I think of it for myself, kind of again it's just an artistic portrayal as well, and just it's just always cool to see Christopher Nolan making films, and this was definitely better than his last 2 films for me, and it was not one of my favourites from Nolan again, not one of the best I personally feel, but certainly one of the more interesting films that's come out in the last year that I've seen, and it was an experience, definitely. It's an experience, and a work of art that I did, I appreciated seeing, and definitely, of course, now in the collection for the Nolans. So very interesting film. That's my thoughts. Very good. And next up we have, I'll just pick these up, both of these. 2 TV series again. This is. One of them are 4K, one of them are a normal Blu-ray set. But yes, Planet Earth. This is the first series, and basically have seen bits of these, an episode here or there, over the years. I saw Frozen Planet as well, around that time when it came out, and stuff. So a lot of these works, obviously David Attenborough narrating, and he's still going strong. It's very inspiring. He's still kind of doing this, and he is great. I love Attenborough. Just the perfect narrator as well for these, and can't wait to see this on Blu-ray, going through all these episodes. The first series, and of course the second, Planet Earth 2. This is in 4K, and I hear it's one of the best 4K releases. So. I've seen less of this one than the first one. I imagine. off memory. But yeah, just in fact, I've actually not really seen too much of this one at all. So cannot wait, and just to see the presentation as well. And own these and just go through at my leisure. Going through these fascinating stuff. Because it is the planet that we're on, just presented in a certain way. It's quite awe-inspiring, even if kind of it is anyway. Just the way it's presented, for the viewing experience. Can't wait to see it, especially this one. And yes, Planet Earth, the first one as well. Planet Earth 3, obviously, eventually I'll be watching that as well, and hopefully at some point get around to some of the other ones like Frozen Planet again, checking that one out. I watched it, a lot of that, when it was first airing, so that was it's really nice as well. So yeah, there we go, and that's all of the Blu-rays that I've got. So obviously a DVD in there as well, with Troy, and yes, some pickups obviously, mainly entirely around the Christmas period. So yes, that's it for now. What do you think? Have you seen any of these films or series? What are your thoughts on these? And what did you pick up recently? Particularly around the Christmas period. Did you actually pick up any Blu-rays and stuff, physical media? What was you watching? This kind of stuff. And yeah, it'd be great to hear if you picked up anything. And there won't be much that I'll be showing for many months to come. In terms of Blu-rays. So. It could be another 4 months or perhaps more that the next Blu-ray update is, and just that's what I'm doing at the moment, and kind of trying to be very very picky, of course, with actually picking stuff up for space and money reasons, and just just kind of making it count, as it were. The actual pickups even more so now. So yes, there won't be one for quite a few months, but yeah, there will be a film log update video as well. Coming this month obviously as well, for the previous 2 months, November and December. So yes, that's it for now. What do you think, and what did you pick up recently? It'd be great to hear. So yes, as always, take care and thanks for watching.